This video is going to review the photocopy process now with the new Canon machines that are in place. The Canon machines now have been in the buildings for roughly about a month right now, and they seem to be working well, and there seems to be very little complications in using the machines. We are almost all set for setting up our print environment moving forward, and this video is just going to go through the different steps of how to use the machines to their fullest capabilities. And we'll be also adding other features in the future to the machines as well, such as you'll be able to log in at the machine to your Google Drive and receive documents or print documents directly from there too. So just real quick, let's say, for example, most of us, our scenario is that we're sitting at our desk in our classrooms and we want to send a job to be photocopied to the machine. The old way with the Xerox machines would be that you would send your job to the print queue, Xerox, whatever it would be, whatever copy room it would be, and then your job will be printed when you're not present. Now, what's going to change is that when you send your job, right, we're going to be sending it what we call a secure print. It will go to the server, and then you can pick up your job at any copier within the building. Now, the key to this is that you need to make sure that you authenticate your badge at the machine, which I'll talk about in a minute. And once we do that, we'll be all set. So currently right now at our copiers, we have the ability to walk up and copy without using our badge, right? So you printed something somewhere else in the building at a different copier or a different printer. You walk into the copy room and you put your job in and you run your job through. Starting next week, we'll be locking down the machine so that every time even when you walk up and copy, you're going to have to badge into the machine and then you can then process your job. So anyways, let's say I'm sitting at my desk and I want to send a job to the secure print so that I can have my job processed at the machine. I just go, I'm on a Google Doc right here. I'm going to go to the print icon. And my different print queues will now pop up on the left-hand side. Now you'll see I need to make sure that I'm going to be choosing secure print, okay? And what you'll notice is in the buildings, they're either going to have two different things, right? They're going to have secure print on NGES, or they're going to have secure print on NRHS. Both of those are what you should be using, okay? So it's not building specific. So for example, these are servers sitting in each of those buildings. And technically, if you send your job to secure print NGES or NRHS, you can pick up your print job in any other building in the district if you would like. So anyhow, I'm going to check off on secure print on NGES-DC. All right, and all I would have to do if I'm happy with this right now, I just want to do one copy. I can now decide how many copies I want here. The mass copiers in the buildings, right, once again, they are black and white. And I can go to more settings. All right, I can do my paper size, my margin scale, two-sided, and so on. If I'm happy with this setup and I don't want staples and I don't need to correlate and whatever that might be, I can just leave this alone and I can click print. Well, you can actually go one step further while I'm in this queue. If I go to print using system dialog, and by going to print using system dialog, it's now going to bring up a different queue, right? First step, once again, make sure that you're on secure print. And then when you go to preferences, it's now going to open up the Uniflow print queue, okay? And now you can set up your job to be specific of what you want it to be. I can put in the number of copies that I need here. I can do it for portrait or landscape. Okay, color print. Once again, they're going to the mass copiers in the teacher copy rooms. It's going to be black and white. For duplexing, that means it's single-sided or double-sided. So simplex is single-sided, and then you can decide short edge, long edge is how the paper will appear on the back side of the piece of paper. Booklet mode, you can put your stapling in if you need stapling, your hole punching needs, and so on. All right. And once I've now set up all those different items for my job, I just click OK, and I apply, and then print. Okay. And now my job has now been sent to the copier, to the server, and now the next step will be going to the actual copier. Okay. So once again, that's sending the job from your PC to the copier. And now the next step will be working at the actual machine. Okay, so starting next week, hopefully towards the end of the week, we're going to give people some more time to authenticate your badge to get in. So what do I mean by authenticating my badge? When I go up to the machine, you're going to be looking for on the tablet there, the secure print. touch secure print on the icon, and then look for the badge swipe on the copy machine. You're going to swipe your badge and the queue will pop up. It's going to, if you have not done this already, it's going to ask you for your username and password. The username and password that you will be using to authenticate at the machines will be your computer network username and password. So for example, when you come in the morning, you sit down at your desk computer, it is your username. So for me, it would be my first initial last name, and then my password to log on to my computer in the morning. Okay, and this is a one-time deal. So even when we do a password change at the computer, you do not need to change your password at the machine. Okay, and now it will match your card to your name. After you've now done that, what you'll notice is that it will now bring you into the next queue. Okay, so you can see here I have secure print, and here's my secure print queue. So if I sent the job to the machine from my computer, my job is now going to be sitting here. Okay, so if I want to work on this job and I want to process it through the machine, all I have to do using my finger, I'm going to touch the pad, I'm going to check on this document, InfoSystems Google Docs, and you can see here's what I have it formatted to do. But let's say I want to make some changes. All I need to do here, I go to Options, and once again, I can reset up my job of what I need it to do. Okay, so this is now inside the secure print feature. Now, when I'm ready to send a job, I can now go ahead and do a print and delete. So when I print, the job will then automatically be gone. I can do a print and keep. Now, your jobs will sit in the print queue for about 72 hours. Okay, then your print queue will be refreshed. So if you put a job in there on Friday, and some point on Monday, that job will be gone. All right. So just have an idea, this is how it is going to, this is the process when you're doing secure print. Let's say I want to go up to the machine and I have the piece of paper in my hand already. I'm not sending it from my computer. What's going to happen, and my picture wasn't large enough and I apologize for that, but up here, once I'm in this queue, right, in the upper left-hand corner on the actual console, you're going to click on Main Menu. And Main Menu will now bring me to the other functions that the copier has. Okay, you can see that I am logged in as myself. I can go to Copy, Scan and Send. Those are really the two main features that we are using at this point. So if I choose Copy, it now brings me, okay, into my options to now I can set up my copy job. So I put my job into the feeder, or I can do it on the glass. And now I can also now do my options for this job. So I click on options. It will give me a multitude of different options. There are some new features inside options that you did not have with Xerox. For example, you can lay a book, both pages face down onto the glass itself, and the copier will recognize it's two separate pages, and then will copy it as two separate pages when you do your work. You will notice if you click on previous settings, some people have questions and stuff like that in regards to, does it save my work before? You will have the ability, and as we get more comfortable with the copiers, you'll be able to set up your favorites basically inside the copier. So if you're a person that always does a packet, 3-hole punch, staple in the left-hand corner, you're going to be able to set up a tile that looks very much like this on the quick menu, and your work will be already done. So yes, at first, as we're getting to know the new machine, I know it might be a little bit cumbersome, but there are many other features that as we are in the machines a little bit longer, we'll start getting that professional development out there, hopefully making your life a little bit easier. Moving on, other features. If I go to Scan and Send, you'll see that now this menu will pop up. New features that we have that we did not have with the Xerox machines is that if you click on address book and then do search name, if you search by last name, the entire, everyone that we have in our directory, and we're still cleaning it up just a little bit, but we're pretty much 97%, everyone is in there with the correct email address, and also students. But mind you, K6 students do not receive email, okay? But anyways, when I go into the address book, I can select the people that I want to send the job to. On top of that, once you are logged into the machine, you can do send to myself. Send to myself, basically I click on send to myself, and you'll see that your email is now is already in the queue, and then you just got to send your job through. Just like when we're looking at the copy job, you can also do your favorite settings and stuff like that. In previous settings, if you notice, if you click on previous settings, and then you'll see in the bottom on the next screen, you'll see history 1, history 2, history 3. Those are your last 3 jobs that you've done if it's something that you're looking to do repetitively moving forward. Also, by going to options, that is where you can actually, on the second page on options, you can go ahead and you can set up, let's say you're sending an email to an individual and you want to give it a subject line and a message. That is where you could do that. I believe that's on the second page inside options. Now, I hope this information is helpful for you. Once again, next week, we will be locking down the machine so that when you are going into copy, you will need to scan, even if you are walking up and copying. And as I talk to teachers and staff throughout the district, once we feel that people really got a hang of this, we will introduce some new features that these machines do offer. Thank you. I do appreciate you taking some time to look at this video, and have a good day.